The Queen was really thrilled that we'd had a little girl, and when we came back here to Kensington, she was one of her first visitors. We hope to encourage George and Charlotte to speak about their feelings, and to give them the tools and sensitivity to be supportive peers to their friends as they get older. When I first visited the hospice in Milton, I had a preconceived idea as to what to expect. Far from being a clinical, depressing place for sick children, it was a home. Most importantly, it was a family home, a happy place of stability, support and care. It was a place of fun. I feel enormously proud to be part of East Anglia's children's hospices and to see the wonderful life-changing work that you do. From taking photographs of George and Charlotte, I have been struck by the wonderful lack of self-consciousness that you see in photographs of children, without the self-awareness that adults generally feel. Everyone teases me in the family that I spend far too long chatting. So I think I've still got to learn a little bit more and to pick up a few more tips, I suppose. I was lucky. My parents and teachers provided me with a wonderful and secure childhood where I always knew I was loved, valued, and listened to. No one would feel embarrassed about seeking help for a child if they broke their arm, and we really should be equally ready to support a child coping with emotional difficulties. Together with open conversations and greater understanding, we can ensure that attitudes for mental health change and children receive the support they deserve. First-class delivery of children's palliative care is life-changing. When families are confronted with the shattering news that their children have a life-limiting condition, their world can fall apart. It's obviously nerve-wracking, because I don't know the ropes really. William is obviously used to it, but I'm willing to learn quickly and work hard. I think as any mother would be, she was absolutely over the moon. And actually we had quite an awkward situation, because I knew that William had asked my father, but first didn't know if my mother knew. Actually, William wasn't there for quite a bit of the time initially. He wasn't there for Freshers Week, so it did take a bit of time for us to get to know each other, but we did become very close friends from quite early. Well, I think if you really go out with someone for quite a long time, you do get to know each other very, very well. You go through the good times. You go through the bad times. You know both personally, but also within a relationship as well. The most memorable engagement for me, I suppose, was an away day to Leicester. I went without William, so first was rather apprehensive about that. Around-the-clock support is crucial for children receiving palliative care. They and their families often need help every hour of every day, both in hospices and at home. With the right help, children have a good chance of overcoming their issues while they are still young and can have the bright future they deserve. I was quite nervous about meeting William's father, but he was very, very welcoming, very friendly. It couldn't have gone easier, really, for me. Throughout my work with family and child support organizations, one thing that has stood out to me time and again is that getting early support for a child who is struggling to cope is the best possible thing we can do to help our children as they grow up. I have learned that delivering the best possible palliative care to children is vital. Providing children and their families with a place of support, care and enhancement at a time of great need is simply life-changing. If any of us caught a fever during pregnancy, we would seek advice and support from a doctor. Getting help with our mental health is no different. Our children need us to look after ourselves and get the support we need. I can remember being at Sandringham for the first time at Christmas, and I was worried what to give the Queen as her Christmas present. I was thinking, gosh, what should I give her? I thought, I'll make her something, which could have gone horribly wrong. But I decided to make my granny's recipe of chutney. We need to help young people and their parents understand that it's not a sign of weakness to ask for help. Personally, becoming a mother has been such a rewarding and wonderful experience. However, at times it has also been a huge challenge, even for me who has support at home that most mothers do not. Since beginning my work in areas like addiction, for example, I have seen time and time again that the roots of poor mental health in adulthood are almost always present in unresolved childhood challenges. Parents, teachers, and other school staff need the tools to help these young people early in their lives. And the earlier, the better. It is proven that early action prevents problems later in life. I am sure you will agree that all children deserve time, attention, and love from the adults in their lives. These basic qualities are so much more valuable than the always changing material and social concerns that can seem so important to young people. Around a third of parents still worry that they will look like a bad mother or father if their child has a mental health problem. Parenting is hard enough without letting prejudices stop us from asking for the help we need for ourselves and our children. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe and